Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to start a new video. If you watched my last one, I look the same. That's because this is the video idea I was talking about in the last one. But anyways, my husband has gotten back into reading. He used to read a little bit, but he's kind of gotten back into it with Dungeon Crawler Carl. So I've noticed he likes to read on the phone, which is fine. He has my Kindle app, which is perfect. And we've been sharing it, and he's more of a thriller reader. So he had me try to read Such Quiet Girls by Noelle somebody, and I couldn't do it. I'm not a thriller reader. I'm really not. But there's two books that he read recently that he wants me to read. So that's what this video is. Me trying to read books that my husband has read. Mind you, my husband doesn't read a lot. He hasn't read anything in like a month, but that is fine. So he read The Final Scene by Steph Nelson, and he read You'll Never Know by Caleb Stevens. He told me he's like in love with Caleb Stevens. Like every time Caleb, one of his books pops up on my Kindle Limited, he's immediately getting it. So I'm like, that's fine. So I'm going to try to read these two books on my Kindle and see if I can get into thrillers. Because I mean, I would like to talk to him about books. The books I read, he's not interested in, other than Dungeon Crawler Carl. And then like Rebecca Yarros, The Last Letter. Like he's into that. But like I'm into fantasy mainly, like romantasy type of stuff, like shifters, all that kind of stuff. He likes thrillers. We are very opposite. And he wants to talk to me about these books, but I'm not a thriller reader at all. So we're going to try, and we're going to try to read these two books and hope for the best. Okay, so my son is in his room. He's asleep. He has not puked in a few hours. It's almost 10. I think the last time was around 6:30-ish. So I think he's hopefully done. But I think because of him being sick, I felt like my house was disgusting. I already like pretty much deep cleaned my kitchen, my dining room, my living room. I'm washing everything on my bed right now because then I want to do his room once he's like done being sick. I want to like clean the carpets. I mean, I want to do everything. So I'm making myself stop, and I'm going to make myself read. So I'm looking at it. Do I want to read The Final Scene or the other one from Caleb Stevens, the You'll Never Know? I think I want to read The Final Scene. I think that's the one I'm going to read by Steph Nelson, because that, and it looks creepy, and it is a thriller. So it's 293 pages, and I do want to see what my husband rated it. It's got 64 chapters. These chapters have got to be short. This novel contains child loss, kidnapping, body shaming, manipulation, violence, coarse language, sexual situations, and non-explicit references to suicide, drug addiction, and prostitution. Please read with care. Okay. Not bad. Okay, I want to see what he rated this one, and I want to see what I'm going to rate it. I don't think he like wrote a review. I think he just did a star rating, because I don't write reviews really. I'm really bad about that. I really need to get better about it. But I know he did at least a star rating. Let's see. He gave it a 3.5. Okay. And he read this 3 months ago. I'm very far behind because he wanted me to read this a while ago. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to start with, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm a little nervous, to say the least. The weather is so nice right now that I have like all the windows open. It's been raining, and it is almost like the time for my husband to get home, and I haven't read a single thing. I have been editing, I have been cleaning, I have been making bread, I have been nonstop going, and I can already feel my body getting very tired. Like it's trying to tell me, sit the hell down and read. But I do have to update on what's called The Final Scene by Steph Nelson. I finished it in one day. I wouldn't necessarily say I am a thriller reader. This one was just really good. I don't know what it is. I loved every second of it. It did take me a little while to get into it only because it's in second person. So it did take a little while of me reading it to get used to that. But once I got used to it, I was golden. So you're following Brooke. She's taken, and she has been taken for 10 years. I cannot imagine. She had a little girl at home, and she's been gone for 10 years. Her mom is taking care of her, the little girl, as what she knows. The man that took her, his name is Mitch. And he is like hired by this woman named Grace to abduct people and bring them to a cabin in the middle of the woods. And they are supposed to like play out her life. She watches on camera, like they are dressed up in the 50s. She's a child. So Brooke plays her mom. And anytime they bring in a new character, she has to like tell him, hey, you need to pretend to be like the husband, the dad. You need to pretend to be Grace. You need to pretend to be Cody, the brother. Like you need to pretend, because the thing is, if you don't live up to her standards, you're gone. She cuts you out of the scene so quick and just replaces you. So Mitch has been abducting people for over 10 years. Well over 10 years. And these people have collars on their necks that if they go to a certain point, yeah, they're gone. And she also has a remote that if she doesn't like what you're doing, she can just shock you. So there are cameras, and it's her and there's another girl. And it's following them, and then all of a sudden there's a man introduced. And then they're told, okay, now we're going to do the final scene. And they're like, what do you mean the final scene? Like they were so confused because they've never really said like it's ever going to end. But yeah, they're not walking out of there. This was so good. I didn't even tell my husband I started it. I did not tell him. So I was reading it all day, mind you, watching my son while he's sick. And I got to around 190. So there was about 100 pages left when I picked up my husband. And I was sitting there reading. I picked him up, and the immediate closing of the door, I looked at him, I go, I hate you so much right now. And he just looked at me, he's like, what's the problem? I'm like, dude, this book is so messed up, but I am freaking in love with this. Like, this is so freaking good. And he still had no idea what I was talking about. So when I told him, he looked at me, he goes, wait, where are you at? And told him, and he's like, okay. And he we were making dinner together, and he goes, hey, why don't you go sit down and continue reading the book and then let me know where you're at? I was like, okay. So I sat down, I was reading, and I'm like, wait a minute, no. And I'm like figuring things out, and George, my husband, is just standing there like, I know things that you don't. It was so funny. And when I finished it, I literally just stared at him, and I was like, how dare you make me read this? But I'm giving it a 4.5. It was so good. I don't think I will ever like forget about this book because it was really good. It's like the last like technical thriller I read was by Rebecca Baum. I won't forget about that one. I won't forget about these two. Like these were so good. So now I need to read the other one, and it's You'll Never Know by Caleb Stevens. I think that's what it is. I have it written down somewhere, but that's going to be my next one. And we'll hope. My husband really wanted me to start it right away, but I'm doing another vlog, and I'm like, I can't just do two thrillers back to back. So I'm reading something else for a little bit, and then I'll come back and start the next book. Okay, so guys, it's Tuesday, and I'm still reading You'll Never Know by Caleb Stevens. My husband, he keeps telling me just DNF it. But I really want to finish it because he finished this book and he really liked it. And I don't think he understands. Like, I'm reading it for him so I could talk about it to him. But also too, I'm not a thriller reader. The first one of this little mini series I'm technically doing, I freaking loved it so much. It was so good. And I was like, oh, my husband's got really good thriller taste. This one, I'm not a fan. And there's nothing I can necessarily say, like, this is the problem. Because there's no inherent problem. It's just not, I'm not invested enough to just want to binge. So the first two parts, because I'm in the third part, which mind you, I'm a little over 50%. Well, no, I'm closer to 60 because I'm over 200 pages. I'm like 200 and something, like 202, and there's 320. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that Grant is married and Avery is taken and she is pregnant. Like, she just found out she's pregnant. And because she was always told she'd never be able to have children. So he's all excited. They're going on a hike. And literally right before they get on the hike, she is taken. And he's given riddles and all this stuff. But then all of a sudden you're in his point of view. And then all of a sudden you're in a little kid's point of view named Reed, like starting at 6 years old. I'm like, why? Why are we hopping in this? And then you're jumping into a woman named Bailey, and that her husband and her child die in a car accident that she was driving. And we're in her point of view too. So when I'm in Grant's point of view, I think this is what my problem is that I'm getting invested. Like, by the time the chapter ends, there's a cliffhanger. I want to keep going. It immediately jumps into either Bailey or Reed. And I'm like, why are we changing views like that? Like, and also Bailey and Reed to me make no sense. Now I'm in part 3. They make sense. I understand why, but I still am not the biggest fan of how this is written. Um, and also Grant, I really don't care. Reed, I don't care. And Bailey, I don't care. I don't care about any of these characters. And my husband just keeps telling me, because I'm slogging. I'm slogging through this book. And he just keeps telling me, DNF it. Just don't read it. And I caught on pretty early some of the stuff that was going to happen. My husband would just stare at me. I'm not a thriller reader, but I guess I was getting it right. And he was just like, uh, you're part right. And I'm like, am I part right or am I right? And he just would stare at me. I'm like, how am I getting it? I don't know. I don't know if it's obvious or it's because I've read a lot, but also I've never read thriller books. I don't read thriller books. I don't know. But I am so freaking determined to get this book done today. Like, I need it done today. It is 1 p.m. My husband gets home around 4:30. I am determined to get this done. I need it done. So I'm going to try and sit in my room and just finish this book. I am so determined to be done with it.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. I haven't read a single page and it's been 30 minutes. I have been editing short form content. So now I need to hunker down and finish this book. This needs to be done. I just need to finish it by this point.
Okay, I finished it. I did finish the book. And I do have to say, because there's 4 parts. Part 4, I was hooked. I really liked part 4 because it's all the reveals and everything. The first 3 parts, I didn't care about a single thing. I really didn't care. I like how it ended. I was surprised. I guessed a lot of it, but in the end I still was shocked about some things. So I feel like it did what it was supposed to, but I'm still not in love. I only liked the 4th part. That's all I really liked. I really didn't care about the first three parts. So I think I'm only going to give it a 2.5. But also, I feel like I'm being a little harsh because I'm not a thriller reader. So I don't know if I'm just being harsh with my rating because this is not a me genre. But for how long it took me to read, it took me well over a week to read this. And it's only 308 pages. I thought it was 319. It's not, 308. And it took me well over like 9 days to read this. No, not, he may not be for me. But am I becoming a thriller reader? Maybe. The first one was amazing. The final scene was so freaking good. I gave it a 4.5. I loved that book. But this one, 2.5. So, I mean, we had one win and we had a miss. I mean, it's like a 50-50. I mean, I only have two books in this vlog. I really liked one, didn't like the other. That's not bad. I'm not mad about it. But yeah, hopefully I can do another one of these soon. My husband is reading another book. So maybe once he reads like 2 more books, I'll do this again. I like doing the 2 thrillers because I'm not a thriller reader and I don't want to get burnt out by trying to read thrillers back to back. And what if I don't enjoy them? So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to go. And I hope you like, comment, subscribe down below. Leave me some book suggestions, especially for my husband and then for me to read. So let me know down below what thrillers you think that I should read, especially if I've liked the final scene, stuff in that kind of area. Let me know. But yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye.